Welcome back to MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Frank Trigg. Today we're talking to the 155-pound Will Brooks, Ill Will, getting ready to have a battle coming up here in Bellator very, very quickly, actually, May 17th against Nate Jolly. Talk to me, Will, but don't give me the standard answer, please. I get training camp's the best training camp. I get you're in the best shape of your life. I get that you're the best team in the world. Like, I get all that. Like, I know the standard snippets we give to all the reporters. Give me something real. Like, how is training camp really? At what point? What stage right now of training camp are you, and how is it feeling? You're about midway through? Is that right now, your training camp?
Yeah. I think we're 3 weeks out from the fight. To be honest, man, it's been a completely different training camp. Of course, we're all going to say basic things like we're working hard, doing all that stuff. But really, man, it's been really an educating training camp for me. It's really breaking down everything in this training camp and, stepping away from being a wrestler. And this training camp, man, I can't remember the last time I've taken a shot on anybody or looked for a takedown during sparring rounds. Of course, on Mondays we do our wrestling and stuff like that. But for me, man, I've been working with boxing coaches, Muay Thai kickboxing coaches. This entire camp has been surrounded around my striking game and getting better with my striking. So, of course, we're working hard. We're doing everything the same as any other gym. But for me, it's getting all the way down to the basics and really trying to recreate myself and do everything I possibly can to just get better as a fighter.
But wrestling is what brought you here. Wrestling is what got you this far along. Wrestling is what got you to 13-1. And that's kind of your basis. That's your mainstay. Are you gonna? I know you're trying to train on your striking, get better at your striking, but are you still gonna keep that wrestling as part of that live go when you fight on May 17th?
Yeah, man, because I think that's what makes me who I am. It's part of my character. It's in my DNA to be a wrestler. It's one of those things that I like to be able to have now. It's kind of like an ace in the hole. Just as if I feel like there's certain things I've worked on during this training camp as far as my striking goes. If I feel like it ain't working and I need to get back to the basics or I don't feel comfortable, I'm gonna go back to my wrestling. That's a game changer. That's a game decider. That's one of those things where you can really go in and you can change the whole aspect of a fight within seconds if you time the takedown right, if you got a good top game, So I'm always going to be a wrestler at the end of the day. I know that down the line I have to fight a guy like Chandler or a guy like Alvarez, So I need to be at the best fight that I could possibly be. And those guys are very, very focused on striking, and I just want to be there and be ready for that.
It's smart, kind of take yourself out of your pocket, but make sure you keep that wrestling background because that is really what got you to this space. And as far as a lot of people are concerned, they're looking at like your last 3 fights or so, and it's decision, decision, decision. But if you look at your 13 wins, you have 5 decisions as a total, 4 submissions and 4 KOs. So you can actually finish the fight pretty much any way you want to. You can KO them or TKO them, submit them, or win a long ground-out decision. This fight against Nate Jolly, when you're breaking it down, how do you see this fight ending?
I definitely, a lot of guys go in there and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna knock a guy out and blah blah blah. But you know what, man? That's really what I'm focused on doing. That's really in my heart of hearts. That's really what I really want to do. Not taking anything from Nate Jolly, but it is something that I really, really want to work on. I've been working really hard on, and that's really being able to sit in the pocket and really put my hands on guys and force my will on the feet and look for openings and really beat a dude up on his feet. And then, if I have to, put him on the ground and look for a finish. I only want to use my wrestling as the finisher, as the this is the end, this is the end of the line for you. So now I'm going to put you in your bag and really put my hands on you and make you either tap you or make the ref pull me off you. So that's really what I'm using my wrestling as now as a finisher. But this fight, I definitely want to sit in the pocket and really look to try to knock this guy out.
Now, Nate Jolly's, how he wins, he's 13-5, but his wins come, 2 KOs, 3 submissions, and 8 decisions. This guy decisions a lot. So obviously, he's a guy that likes going into deep waters. He's a guy that likes hanging out. Is he more defensive to go into deep waters, and that's how he wins is by wearing guys out early, or is he a very aggressive fighter as he gets into later rounds?
You know what? From what I've recognized in some of his fights, I think he's like a grinder. He's just going to put you up against the cage, have good head position, hold you there. Throw knees to the thigh, like grind your body out. I haven't seen him really put anybody on their back and grind them out. But he's just one of those guys that's going to be all over you the whole time. Kind of like man, I can't think of his name. He just fought George Masvidal. I think Pat Healy or whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
Pat
I
Healy.
can't
Yep,
think of his
yep.
name. It's a similar type of guy like that. Big, wild, looping punches, but once he gets inside in your body, he sticks onto you and he grinds you out and he makes you fight like a really sloppy, kind of dirty fight to gas you out. But I think that's going to be something that's going to open me up to knock him out or open me up to be able to finish him. The fact that like I'm able to go all 3 rounds. I already know that. I already put that on display that I'm ready. I'm able to do that, and I only get stronger as the rounds go on. So for him to want to, rush me and try to put me up against the cage, he's going to rush me and walk into something. Walk into a cross, walk into a stiff jab, walk into a body kick, which is something that me and my coach has been working on greatly. I think I throw a lot of hard kicks. I can throw them from a static position and we've definitely been looking to target the liver area a lot. So, kind of like a Ronda Rousey type of deal. I saw the way that she dropped Sarah during her fight, and that was straight to the liver, going to that body, wearing her out. So that's where I'm at right now is really looking for what's going to wear you out and looking for that one devastating strike that's going to be right on the point, and it's not really me forcing it, it's you chasing me and coming in and walking into something.
Last question before I let you out of here, Will. You talked about Alvarez and Chandler. How do you see that fight happening, and who do you think is going to win?
Man, personally, I definitely see a war. Those guys like standing in front of each other, throwing big punches and kind of beating each other up. But I personally hope that it's not a war, just because I would like to get back in there and maybe get my fight, get my title shot a little sooner. But I've been trying not to think about it too much, just because I kind of get a little annoyed with the whole thing. I feel like this fight should be my title fight. And I think some of the higher ups and the guys who are making the decisions, they want to see their golden boy Chandler with the belt, and they don't really like Alvarez that much. So I think that was kind of on display after Alvarez won the belt. There was a little bit of head shaking and disappointment and all these different things. So, but that's for a different time. But right now, man, I'm focused on Nate Jolly. I'm focused on trying to take this opportunity to get better. So when I do get my title shot, I can go in there and I can be dominating. I can put a guy away and not have these like trilogy fights, this and rematch that. I'm trying to go in there and knock out Nate Jolly, then turn around, get my title fight, and then if it's Chandler or Alvarez, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go in there and dominate him to the point where nobody's gonna say, let's do a rematch, let's do 3 in a row. Like, there's no way. I'm gonna put him away and I'm gonna make it decisive and make people understand that like this is my belt. I just won it. There's no rematches.
Well, that's Will Brooks. He's fighting Nate Jolly May 17th for Bellator in Bellator 120. Of course, you can see it on Spike TV. Will, thanks for coming on here. Nate's going to be an interesting opponent for you because it is stylistically a matchup where both guys are going to attack each other. But I do think you're the better cardio shape, the stronger. And it sounds like you're going to be the better striker now because you've been working so hard on it. So good luck, and we'll talk to you again.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.